Morning. Good morning, coastal cuties. Welcome to a brand new day. We like to get our day started off together. All right, got our subscribers turned on. Y'all, I have been working like a dog this morning. We don't have very much time till we go on our vacation, so been trying to fit everything in, but this morning during our walk, we'll have a little chat. What do you think, Delilah? She's like, as long as I can sniff whenever I want. I got my hands-free leash. This was a gift from Amazon. And I love this thing. There's Star, she's the one that sent it. Good morning, everybody. Rebecca says, I love your circle puzzle. That thing looks harder. It's harder than it looks, I guess I should say. The last puzzle I did was so hard, so I thought, well, let me pick one that looks a little bit easier. So I picked that one out, and there is no rhyme or reason to those pieces. They're shaped all different ways. Some are flat and they go right in the middle. It's like, it's wild. So it's been a job, but I've been enjoying it, and it's starting to, I should probably get it finished today, hopefully, if I get set aside some time to work on it. Let's see. This morning I went to the gym. Scott and I went together, and then we glanced at the weather, and it says rain for like the next 5 days. And last weekend, guys, we're having all kinds of fun. We had Willow all day Saturday. We were putting everything off. We kind of ignored all of our responsibilities because I'm leaving Friday. So Scott was like, I'll just take care of all the yard work next weekend, and our grass is already kind of long. So then when we saw he couldn't do it over the weekend because of the rain, I said, uh-oh, I better help him out. So I did the back this morning, and then when he gets home from work, he'll do the front. He likes to do the front because he's particular about how it looks. The back, he's like, whatever, just go around in circles or whatever you want to do. So I went ahead and did the back this morning, and then he'll do the front when he gets home. And he might be able to get home a little bit early today because he worked last night. He worked all day yesterday, and then he went back out and worked a little bit last night too. So I think he's gonna take off hopefully a little early today maybe, and come help me out here at home, because the weather is taking a turn. And it'll probably be raining when we head to the airport, but hopefully that doesn't delay us any. We will see. Diane's reminding us to have our real ID. We do have that. We all have had our real IDs for a while. You need that now to fly. I'm not going to be able to go over there tonight. Rob's asking if I'm going to be able to go over to the clubhouse and show what Mom's doing over there. But hopefully she can take a picture or video for you guys so you can see it. I got a little too much on my plate right now to get done before the trip. I need to go grocery shopping. I need to pack some more. We're all kind of coordinating what we want to do there, and all kinds of stuff, like who's bringing what. My aunt and I are sharing a bathroom, so there's no point in both of us bringing shampoos and conditioners and body washes. Just one of us can do it. So we're kind of coordinating who's bringing what. All right, y'all, let me pick this up. Hold on, I'll put you down on the ground. Look at the beautiful sky. Isn't that quite the view? I've got all the dogs in the neighborhood barking because I stopped right here. Yes, we are very excited for this trip. And we didn't really go anywhere last year. And then, of course, I had the kidney donation surgery, so I was out of commission for a while after that. So now I'm feeling back to normal. I'm healthy and I can travel. So we're gonna go and have this fun little family trip to Hawaii for 2 weeks. I cannot wait. Oh goodness, Karen's facing a major surgery in June. She says she's having a total reverse shoulder replacement. Ouch, Karen. Robbie asked, is Pam flying to Charleston or driving? We are all flying every leg of the trip. So we're leaving from Charleston, me, mom, and dad, early Friday morning, and we're gonna fly to Atlanta. And my aunt is also going to fly to Atlanta, and that's where we will meet. And from there, we'll take the flight to Hawaii. So we'll all meet up in Atlanta, and then we can all travel together. Actually, in the middle of this plane, there's 4 seats all together. So it's like, I think 2 or 3 on both sides, and then 4 in the middle. So we'll all sit together, kind of in the middle of this big plane. Lila's moving so slow today, y'all. It's starting to get hot out here. I'm glad I got the mowing done. Now all I need to do is, our neighbors, they have some plants and things along the fence line. So we get like weeds and offshoots of those plants that come through the fence. So I got to get out there and trim all that back. So that's what I'm going to do next after our walk. Carol says, if your first flight is delayed, will you be able to get another flight to Hawaii? I try not to worry about things that aren't happening yet. I think there is another one that day because we are leaving Charleston so early. Our flight should be off the ground by 7:30 if all goes well. So hopefully that's kind of why to take these early morning flights. Because then if something goes wrong, hopefully you can still get to your destination and not have to do an overnight at the airport. But hey, we are flexible and versatile, so if something comes up and we need to work with it, we'll get it done. There's no situation that we can't work with. There's gonna be all 4 of us. We'll put our heads together and come up with a solution. So we'll be all right. I'm not too worried about it. Just flying, I feel like these days you just have to roll with it. You know, it's out of your control. So you just do the best you can with what you got. That's all you can do. Yes, we are staying in the same place for both weeks. Same place for 2 weeks. Oh, Diane, I can't wait to show you. She says, can't wait to see Hawaii through your camera lens. Can't wait to show you. Never been. There's gonna be so much to see. Yeah, Mavis says, go with the flow. That's what you gotta do unless you wanna lose your mind with the way that the flights are going these days. Can't fight it, you just gotta roll with it. So that's what we're gonna do. 1 p.m. their time. So my cousin who lives there, she said, let me give you a tidbit of advice. She said, when you land and you get in and you get to your hotel and you get all checked in, and I know you've been traveling for hours and hours and hours and you're gonna be tired, but she said, girl, trust me, if you can stay up through that day and go to sleep at a normal time, like 9 p.m. their time, on that night, it will pay in dividends. She said you will feel so much better. You'll get adjusted so quickly if you just fight through that first day. So that's my plan. I know I'll sleep a little bit on the flights, but my plan is just power through and then go to bed at a normal Hawaii time, like 9 o'clock or so, even 8 if I have to. And then get up in the morning and my body will start to adjust to that instead of like, you know, kind of staying on my regular schedule. Let's see. It feels good in the shade. It's getting hot already. Yep, it shows rain starting tomorrow, so today's really our last nice day to enjoy the sunshine until we get to Hawaii. My cousin said that the weather looks good there. They've been having a lot of rain there, but she said it looks like it's moving out. Must be moving our way, which is good. I'm moving out. Thank you, Rebecca. She says, don't forget to give a thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, like this video so more people can find it and we can have an even bigger crowd of coastal cuties. Yeah, if my connection's going in and out, it's just from being out here outside, not in the Wi-Fi. Are you having a good time, Delilah? She loves her walks. Ooh, that's a pretty wind chime right there. She loves her walks. Come on, girlie. I'll give you guys a little spin the camera around and let you see. Marianne says, yes, power through and go to bed around 8:30, and I'll get up the next morning adjusted. That is what she said too, and I think that's good advice. The quicker you can get it in your mind that like this is the time and not be like, but it's this time back home, you know, then the more better adjusted and the quicker I'll be adjusted, I'm sure. Guys, look at all these beautiful succulents. Okay, first of all, I like how this house does. So they have like the rocks on the pathway here, and then these are all oyster shells. So they've got like a bed of oyster shells out front. And then they have succulents in the window, which are really pretty. And hydrangea bushes over here. I like that. Robbie asked if Scott will take Delilah for walks while I'm gone. He sure will. He likes to walk Delilah. Well, sometimes we wait until he gets home from work and we walk her together. So he'll have to probably do it in the mornings before work, or he'll do it at night. But yes, he will walk her, and he'll come midday and take her out, even though she doesn't really need it because she's grown. He just feels bad, so he'll take her out midday too. Sally says I didn't have any internet for over 24 hours. About lost my mind. Oh no. Belinda says that's cute, and no grass mowing. Yeah, that's a big part of it. I'm sure that's a big part of why they decided to do that. All of these sago palm layers, and they just keep getting taller and taller. That's the same kind of thing as we have in our front yard. They don't turn into this. This is a different kind of palm. Did Officer Donnelly go back to work? Thank you for asking, Becky. I actually talked to his wife yesterday, and they are waiting for just paperwork. So the nurse coordinator, I said Norse, the nurse coordinator has to get some paperwork back over to North Charleston Police Department's HR department. That has to be approved and go back. So it'll probably be tomorrow or Friday. It's just paperwork that they're waiting on, but she said in the meantime the girls have been enjoying having their dad at home. When we were talking, she said that Officer Donnelly was in their oldest daughter's beauty salon. She was doing his hair. So they're enjoying having their daddy back, feeling good, and it'll soon be time for him to go back. Any minute now. He's just got to get the okay from HR that he can return. The nurse coordinator has to get everything signed by all the doctors saying he's cleared. And then he'll come back and he will be in the training department for a little while. He's gonna re-up his training and has to get re-qualified. So for example, like he'll need to go to the shooting range and they need to make sure that he is still firing his weapon with accuracy and all those things. So everything will come together, it just all takes some time. Carol says he must be so excited. Yes, I know he is. He loves policing. He loves what he does. And he hasn't been able to do it in a very long time. So I know he's going to be looking forward to returning. These are pretty right here too. Lots to see here, guys, on our little walk today. We took the longer route. Got some sunflowers popping up right here. Rebecca says, I bet Remy and Delilah will miss you and will be so happy to see you when you get back home from your trip. I know, I'm gonna miss them too. I'm gonna FaceTime Scott and be like, show me my dog, show me my cat. I miss them. I love them very much, so I will miss them. This will be, well, no, we went to Thailand together and we stayed longer. So it won't be my longest time away from Delilah, but almost. It's the second longest time that I've been away from Delilah. Becky asked, does Scott work the streets? He does not work the streets anymore. He has been policing for 30 years. What you doing? You hear that dog barking? And he has been all over the place. He did detectives for a very long time. He was SWAT for a very long time, SWAT commander, and now he is a deputy chief. So he has like a desk job. He stays pretty much at his office and he's in meetings and things a lot, but he still does go out to some scenes, especially like if he's on call. He goes on call every now and then. And so he'll go on call sometimes and have to go out to homicides and all that. Got some roses blooming here. You hear that dog barking, Delilah? She's like, what's that dog doing? She doesn't bark like that unless it's the UPS or FedEx. Those are the only times she barks. She will bark if somebody knocks on the door, but she doesn't like bark if we see another dog on a walk or anything like that. Talitha says you can take Aunt Pam for morning walks. Well, that'll work. I could do that. Becky says, wow, he's been there a long time. Thanks to him for his service. Thanks to Officer Donnelly also. Yes, he is no new officer, that's for sure. He has been policing for a very long time. And so that was why he was thinking about retiring. And he was planning on retiring. And if he had, then there's a new chief at the department, and Scott really respects him and believes in his mission for the department and his vision for the department, and he wants to stay and support him. So that's what he is doing. Yeah, I can take my aunt on morning walks. I think that's a good idea. What do you think about that, Mimi? I saw she's in here. Scott did 22 years in the Navy, and if you're doing that math, that's 52 years. Well, how that adds up is that he was active duty, and then he got out of the Navy, and then he went back in the reserves. So after 9/11, he felt called to return, and he was already starting in police work, so he already had a full-time job. So he decided to go in the Navy reserves, and he joined the reserves, and he was deployed a couple of times while he was in the reserves. So you get all this time, and then he timed out, so he retired from the Navy. So he is a Navy veteran, retired, and he's still policing. He likes to sleep late too now. I know. I'll be the only one awake, but that's okay. If we have a car, I'll take my little booty on over to the gym and have a gym morning while everybody's asleep. I'll find something to do. Then I'll have to worry about that. Because, yeah, I think everybody kind of likes to sleep in there besides me. I know Mom and Dad do, and I think my aunt does too. I think she just gets up to watch me because she's sweet like that. She likes to know what's going on too. Roberta's hubby spent 21 years in the Air Force. Well, thank him for his service. That's wonderful. Melinda's laughing. Yeah, I'll have to come up with something to do because I can't just sit there in the morning. Debbie says I'm usually up by 7 every morning. My aunt says, yes, I'll be up. Well, okay. If you say so. If you say so. I don't know if my aunt has her grandbaby Jace today. I do not know. Hey, I'm back. I got a phone call. Oh, remember guys, when I was looking for that silicone gel to put on my scars? This was like, I think 2 days ago. I mentioned it on Monday. I ran out. I always use this stuff called silicone, and you cannot get it on Amazon or anywhere else. You can find like similar things, but what I've been using, you can't find. So I called like the place I usually get it. They're out of it. I called all around the world trying to find it. And then I just emailed the company and I said, hey, I need some more of this. Can you tell me where I can find it? So they took my order over the phone and they're gonna ship it to me. So I did end up getting some. It's not gonna get here before my trip. So I'm just gonna take like what my friend had given me, which is like vitamin E oil and something else to keep kind of treating the scars. But when I get back home, I will get some more of it and I'll be able to start back using it again. But just thought I'd let you guys know there is no other place around here that carries it without seeing the doctor first. Like nobody's just willing to give it to you. And nobody, as far as I know, has it anyway. So I was looking everywhere. I called all over. It was crazy. But I did find some. I got it straight from the company this time around. Ooh, Gina says she gets up around 3 a.m. That is early. Scott oftentimes will wake up at around 4 depending on what time he went to bed. Wait, what is Lori saying? Good luck, Star. What's going on with Star? I missed something. I'm getting ready for my cardiologist appointment. Okay. Hope that goes well. Belinda says your hair is getting so long. I know, and it's curly and it's still getting really long. I was gonna get it cut before this trip, but then I thought, nah, forget about it. Beck asked if I found out about the sunscreen in Hawaii. Yeah, they do not like the sunscreens with the added, I can't remember what the names of it are, but there's like 2 chemicals that a lot of regular sunscreens have, and they can be harmful to the reefs there in Hawaii if you use them at the beach. Of course, if you use it at the pool or whatever, I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you're at the beach, they want you to use like mineral-based sunscreen. So that little stick that I took a picture with and showed you guys, that's mineral-based. And I have a spray that's mineral-based too, so I should be good on that. Carolyn asked if there's any news on Wilson, our former foster puppy. The last picture that I shared with you guys where he's like sitting over the couch all posed, that's the last that I heard from them. He's just adjusting really great and they love him so much and the dogs love him and it's clear he's exactly where he belongs. He's a very happy dog and he's happy with his new family and his new sisters. So everything worked out just like it always does, exactly how it should. So I'm very happy for him. He's doing great. Yeah, Star, if you want to share more about what's going on with you, I'm sure everybody is curious. I didn't want to ask you, but if you feel like you want to tell us why you have that appointment, you feel free to. Everyone loves you. So we got our gardenia bush blooming a lot, and I always come in and pull all the the dead blooms off, make room for the fresh ones that are coming in, the new blooms. You gotta do that in life too sometimes, right? Get rid of the stuff that's weighing you down, make room for the fresh blooms coming in. Oh, there's one I missed on the top. Anna says my husband gets up at 2:15. Woo-wee, that's awful early. Becky says that's good. Won't want to get in any trouble in Hawaii. I know, exactly. Okay, Star says I have a bypass after having a heart attack. I have appointments pretty regularly. So this is a regular checkup, I think, hopefully for you. Not something new going on. Well, I hope that it shows that everything is still okay with you and that you're still doing good. Becca says, yes, pick off the old and get room for the new. That is a good reminder. Yes, don't hold on to the things that no longer serve you. Pick it off and throw it away. Now I'm working on these flowers out front. I told Scott yesterday when we were hanging out here, I said, babe, you got to remember to pull off the old blooms so that the flowers will do good. And he's like, I got it. Because there's all these things that I normally do that I'm like, I hope he'll remember to do it. I'm sure he will, because he's very thorough about everything. He likes to take care of business. And then I also flip the baskets. I did it yesterday, so I'm not going to do it, but I always turn the baskets too, so both sides get equal sun. I don't know, I might be doing too much, but hey, I figure if you're going to pay all this money, I think these were like $25 or something. If you're going to pay all that money, you better take care of it. Keep it alive. Know what I mean? Well, Roberta, okay, that's very serious surgery. I will be praying for you. We have experience with brain aneurysms in our family. My dad had one that ruptured when I was 10, and then he had to go, when they were in that surgery, they found another one that wasn't ruptured yet, so he had to go back in surgery and have that one clipped. So I know how serious that is. So yeah, prayers for everybody who need them, and you too, Roberta. I'm glad that they saw it before it was too late, and hopefully they can get that taken care of for you. Okay, I think my flowers are all good. Yay! Belinda says, yes, baskets are high. They are. They sure are. All right, Lila, come here. Should we do a little porch sit and talk for a minute until it's time to go? What do you think? She's smiling. Her loves her walks. Happy doggy, happy doggy. Oh my goodness, Roberta says she actually has 3, but they can only fix 1. That is scary. I'm glad they're able at least to fix 1, get in there and take care of that. My aunt says, not sure if I'm taking eggs to Hawaii. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a great idea either. I also don't even know if you can take eggs to Hawaii because, you know, islands are kind of funny, as they should be, about what you can bring on and take off, as they're kind of their own little ecosystems. Right, Lila? Yeah. Like, isn't it Hawaii that, like, dogs don't have, there is no rabies, I think, in Hawaii. I remember when I worked at the vet's office, if you were going to certain places, and I think Hawaii was one of them, you had to do like all these crazy rabies shots and all this stuff to make sure that you're not bringing rabies there, because there's no rabies on the island. They've just like kept it away this whole time. I don't know, there's all these different rules and things, so it would be hard to bring them to because they're very fragile. So my aunt says you can take eggs, but they have to be inspected when you get there. Oh goodness, that's kind of funny. There are petunias. There's 3 different kinds of flowers in these hanging flowers. There's 3 different kinds. If you want to send me a message, I'll send you what all's in here. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's 3 different mixed flowers in here in these baskets. My aunt says, so I'm thinking not worth the effort. I'm thinking that too. Mary says, I can't wait for videos from you and Pam. I'm excited. Me too, girl. Woohoo! I can't wait to go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get off here. I've got things to do. I'm gonna go grab those weeds all along the fence. I gotta get packed up and get some groceries and all that. So I'm gonna jump off here and get some things done. So thanks y'all for coming on. If you enjoyed the video, share it and say bye to Delilah. Lila, say bye, everybody. She's like, bye, gotta get my ear scratchies. Bye, bye. Bye, guys. Have a great day.